If you're a huge fan of the WWE Money in the Bank concept, then this video is for you. My name is Ango, this is Destination Pro Wrestling, and today we got something really big. But first, if you guys didn't know, you could join our official DPW Discord server, just a whole bunch of wrestling fans talking pro wrestling. It's entirely free. Go ahead and check out the link in the description down below. And if you guys didn't know, you could buy some new merch. All right, guys, the prices are pretty damn sweet. Everybody is buying this. I just want to say thank you for everybody who's buying the merch. Check out the link in the description if you guys are interested in rocking some DPW swag. It's all available on the new Destination Pro Wrestling website, destinationpw.com. All right, now let's talk about Money in the Bank. 2019 was a very interesting year for Money in the Bank because Money in the Bank has become pretty forgetful since then. 2020 was a very interesting year because in 2020, WWE had the Money in the Bank concept that was delivered in a cinematic match. Obviously, due to COVID, that was a really interesting concept. Personally, one of my favorites. Now, in 2021, it is being said that WWE is going to go back to the live format. So it's not going to be cinematic. Obviously, as things get better with COVID, WWE is expecting to put on the show from the Thunderdome without fans in attendance. And then the rumors started pouring in. Who is WWE keen on making the Money in the Bank winner? In the men's match, it's a very, very interesting name that's being tossed around, but Cesaro is one of them, as well as BIG E. And I want to talk about both of these names in this video because I think there are two very interesting paths that you can go with either one of them winning. But what about the women's Money in the Bank? The rumors, they don't really have an idea just yet. And I actually like that. I think this year's women's Money in the Bank match should be a surprise, so I will leave it at that. Now, the idea of Money in the Bank has always been really cool because it's the idea that anybody can win a briefcase that can then cash in for an opportunity at the world title. So let's talk about Cesaro first. Cesaro is rumored to get a massive singles push, and it's even being said that he is going to be the next person to compete against Roman Reigns. The reason why this is really special and really cool is because Roman Reigns and Cesaro are more than likely going to have a really badass program. The downfall, Cesaro will be made to look very legitimate in this feud, but probably come up short. The idea of WWE putting the Money in the Bank briefcase in the hands of Cesaro makes a lot of sense. He is somebody that is getting pushed. People are definitely falling in love with him all over again, and he is somebody that needs a world championship at some point, but the only way to logically get there will more than likely be the Money in the Bank briefcase. So, what can WWE do to further push Cesaro when he wins the briefcase? Now, this is where my fantasy booking comes into play, but if it is true that WWE may have plans to put the briefcase in his hands, I think WWE should have Cesaro cash in immediately. I think that right there is going to be the biggest thing that WWE can do with Cesaro. And I don't think Cesaro should cash in on Roman Reigns. There's rumors of Brock Lesnar coming back. Obviously, WWE is going to probably at some point put Brock Lesnar against Roman Reigns. I think Cesaro should shock the world and cash in on the WWE champion, which at that point could be Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, maybe even The Miz. Who knows at that point? But if I'm WWE, I have Cesaro win the briefcase and unexpectedly cash in on the WWE champion. Personally, by that time, I would think the best idea would be to have Drew McIntyre as champion. I think it's important that Drew McIntyre continues to get some very big wins for the title belt, and I would love to see Cesaro versus Drew McIntyre in the match. I think it would be a massive match for WWE. And not only would it be a massive match for WWE, but this would very well be the match that gets Cesaro over. I don't know if this is true, but there has been rumors before that WWE may move SummerSlam outside of the United States. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. It's something I've seen on Twitter, maybe very little credibility to this rumor. But just imagine the concept of the UK hosting SummerSlam with Cesaro and McIntyre being the main event. Outrageous idea? Maybe. But if you're a fan from the UK, tell me, how sweet would that be? Guys, another big name that is being rumored to win Money in the Bank is the one that I think should happen the most. I love Cesaro, but I think Cesaro should win the IC title, maybe go on to do some other stuff until maybe next year. So, the real opportunity here would be for Big E. Big E breaking away from the New Day, in my opinion, it's been good, but it could be better. He's obviously been a little bit more serious, but he continues to show some love to them backstage when the opportunity is there. So Big E is still taking a lot of that fame that he received from the New Day, and now he is channeling it into becoming a bigger superstar. Big E winning the Money in the Bank briefcase is a very, very good idea for WWE. This guy is going to be massive for WWE as a singles guy. But I think Big E Langston needs to have a singles moment at WrestleMania that allows him to compete against Roman Reigns. So I want to see Big E do something completely different. If Big E does in fact win the Money in the Bank briefcase like he is rumored to do, I suggest that WWE has Big E announce that he will cash in his briefcase at WrestleMania. So therefore, he will get a singles match ahead of time, being a good babyface, giving Roman Reigns at that time, I would hope it's Roman Reigns, giving him the opportunity to train for this match and saying, hey, at WrestleMania, I declare a match against you, because it's the right thing to do as a babyface. And then Big E could have that massive main event match against Roman Reigns that obviously would impress millions of fans worldwide. See, the difference is Big E has already become groomed to be a major star. Cesaro he's showing a lot of potential, but he's just not doing it just yet. That's where Money in the Bank could be a really good option for Cesaro, because it can happen unexpectedly right then and there. He took the brass ring, right? I think everybody kind of understands that idea. When you're the WWE and you have a guy like Big E, who really, I think a lot of people saw his match at Apollo Crews and saw this guy could be a star. And when they saw that, I think people started to envision how massive a singles match for him at WrestleMania 38 would be against Roman Reigns. So if I'm Big E, I hold that briefcase for a long time, and maybe a month or two before WrestleMania 38, he says, you know what? Whoever's WWE champion, I am challenging you. That is when I'm cashing in my briefcase. And I think that right there is how you create a legitimate babyface. And I think if you're going to have Roman Reigns in the meantime, if you're going to have Roman Reigns carry this belt in the meantime, having Roman Reigns go on a very large title reign would only make it that much better for Big E when he eventually does win the belt. It's inevitable. I think it's inevitable. Both of these guys at some point are world champions. The routes that they take to get there are two very different routes, but that's what excites me. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I don't know how many likes we're going to get on this video, but if we can hit 75, that'd be pretty cool. So definitely let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Don't forget the new merch, DPW Championship, Discord server. All of these great things are happening on DPW. Check out the link in the description down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.